always heard the word light in our daily life, but what is light? In a simple terms of light is something that makes things visible, brightness, illumination, and luminescence. In a scientific term, light is an electromagnetic radiation that can be detected by the human eye. The electromagnetic radiation occurs over an extremely wide range of wavelengths, from gamma rays with wavelengths less than about 1 times 10 to the power of negative 11 meters to radio wave measured in meters. Light energy is also a type of kinetic energy. Light travels in the form of wave. It travels very fast, and in fact nothing travels faster than light.
So next, we will talk about rainbow. What is the actual definition of a rainbow? Rainbow is a meteorology phenomenon that is caused by reflection, refraction, and dispersion of light in water droplets, resulting in a spectrum of light appearing in the sky. Rainbow is one of optic phenomena that happens in the atmosphere of the Earth naturally. We can see it at mountain range, or when it is cloudy, or when it is raining and rising of sun.
How rainbow is formed? The colors in a rainbow actually come from light. A beam of sunlight or the light from a torch may not look colorful, but it is made up of 7 different colors. There are 5 steps how rainbow is formed. When light hits a raindrop, the light refracts or bends. As the light bends, it splits and spreads out into the 7 colors. Some of the light reflects off the back of the raindrop. As this light leaves the raindrop, it refracts again, splitting and spreading more color. The colorful light reflects off the raindrop into our eyes. And the last one, when this happens with billions of raindrops at once, we see the colorful light as a rainbow.
Next, how is actually light energy is formed? Light is made up of photons, which are like tiny packets of energy. When an object's atom heat up, photons are produced from the movement of atoms. The hotter the object, the more photons are produced. So, what are examples of light energy? It can be light bulbs, hot objects, or even lasers.
So how people discover technology of light? It started with the ideas about light, the emission theory of vision. Greek philosopher and mathematician Plato develops the emission theory of vision. Then many scientists and astronomers discover about reflection and reflection of light. Then how the eye focuses the light. A German mathematician and astronomer described how the eye focuses light and specify the law of rectilinear propagation of light. Then a law, Snell's law, was discovered. Describes the relationship between the angles of incidence and refraction when referring to light passing through a boundary between 2 different media. Then the corpuscular theory expanded. Isaac Newton expanded the theory originally set forward by Gassendi that light is made up of small discrete particles called corpuscles, to claim that light is made up of different parts. Then he explained the colors, demonstrate how white light can be separated into a spectrum of colors with a prism. He develops ideas about different colors of light being absorbed, transmitted, and reflected. Then a wave theory was discovered. James Clerk explains that electricity, magnetism, and light are all manifestations of the same phenomena, the electromagnetic field. Then the Planck theory, assuming that the exchange of energy between light and matter only occurs in discrete amounts he called quanta. Albert Einstein publishes a mathematical description of the photoelectric effect. This establishes that light consists of particles or discrete quanta. Then in 1922, the first 3D movies, the first technology, were discovered. William files a patent for a 3D movies process in the late 1890s. Then Lewis invents red and blue glasses for 3D in 1915, and the first published 3D movies is screened in 1922. Then in 1925, the first television were discovered. John Logie-Baird demonstrated the first operating television system in London. Then the technology of light were widely discovered.
Electrical discharge. With electrical discharge, we can produce light easily. So, what is the electrical discharge actually? Basically, in chemistry, each substance has its own energy shells. As example, hydrogen only has one electron, so it can go to any shells it wants. When an electron goes from to shell 1 to shell 2 and falls back, and if they have large energy left enough, then it will produce light particles. So the first technology we use in electrical discharge is fluorescent lamp as our second type of lamp that we produce. First technology that can be used is wax bulb. So the first step is heat an iron wire. Then while heating, the electrons will collide with each other, causes the iron wire to light up. But at some point, iron can be disconnected because it is oxidized, and that's why we need to put the wire in a closer place. This way is not efficient because we need to lighten up the iron wire to produce a light.
Okay, for the second technology, we have LED light. First, I will tell you about the characteristic of LED light. LED light made from one class of material that we call semiconductor, which is metal, glass, mixed semiconductor. Semiconductor is a something between material because it has a high resistance value. Okay, now I will explain how the LED light works and makes lights. Okay, in the LED light, we have semiconductor die, and the semiconductor die have positive particles and negative particles. When you turn on the switch, the electricity makes the positive charge and negative charge attracted to the positive charge, and the byproduct is a photon, and the photon is the light. Okay, the pros of we use the LED light, we can control the current volume at the height or low.
The third technology is fluorescent lamp. There are two heating coils at each end of the tube, and the tube consists of argon gas and mercury vapor. When the electricity passes through the heating coil, it gets heated and emits electron. Then, the fast-moving electrons collide with atoms in mercury vapor, and the result is of the collide makes the mercury vapor excited to form invisible ultraviolet rays. Next, the invisible ultraviolet rays are absorbed by fluorescent material coated in the inner surface of the tube and emits visible light. So, what is the cons of using this fluorescent lamp? First, we cannot control the fast-moving electrons that emits from heating coils, so the electrons will keep collide with the atom until the switch turns off, and contain mercury poisonous if it's inhaled or ingested.
The most common LEDs that we use in electronic devices are organic light emitting diodes, which is we call it as OLEDs. The second one, example that we use every day is the television. Each television has a blue bay light and needs to go through another ray to convert to visible light. That is why all electronic devices become energy efficient because their processes are carried out better and more efficiently.
Last but not least, I will explain about the importance of light in humans' life. As there are many technology of light discovered, light has become one of the basic necessities in humans' life. Humans need light to see and to face through their daily life. Light are also used in photosynthesis for communication X signal, microscopy, in medicine such as X-ray, radiotherapy, and others. Technological advancement allow people to exploit other beneficial uses of light and will help a lot in the future.